Meanwhile, the House Oversight investigation into Minnesota Squad Democrat Ilhan Omar is going global. The committee is now looking into her husband's business dealings overseas. Madeleine Rivera joins us from Washington with the very latest. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning, Griff. House Oversight Chair James Comer says he wants answers after federal disclosures show Congresswoman Omar's husband's assets grew millions of dollars in about a year. The bulk of Tim Minett's wealth comes from two ventures, a California-based winery and a D.C.-based venture capital firm. Comer says Minett's stakes there grew from $51,000 in 2023 to as much as $30 million in 2024. Now, the New York Post reports Comer wants the House Ethics Committee to look beyond Minett's businesses in the U.S. and include places like Somalia, Kenya, and the United Arab Emirates. The Post reports Minett's investment firm wanted to build solar panels in Africa. In a letter to Minett from February 5th, Comer writes, there are serious public concerns about how your businesses increased so dramatically in value only a year after reporting very limited assets. Omar contends she did nothing wrong and says her wealth came from her husband. The House Oversight Committee began the initial probe into the couple, an atypical move given that the House Ethics Committee usually handles allegations involving lawmakers and their families. But it grew out of Comer's efforts to investigate alleged fraud in Minnesota. There's a long history of lawmakers taking office and raking in cash. There are similar questions about the income of Omar's fellow squad member, Ayanna Presley. Charlie, Rachel, and Griff.
All right. Thank you, Rivera. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys, I mean, it's an interesting situation we have here. I mean, there's a lot of explaining to do, wouldn't you say?
That's what he do.
Yeah. When, when the GDP of Somalia is $12 billion and we have $9 billion that has been lost in Minneapolis, it does kind of raise some kind of questions.
And some saying the number could be actually much higher than that. Much higher than that. Look, there's been a lot of attention on Minnesota these days with everything happening in ICE. And this story of corruption, not, the daycares, interesting, you guys, nobody has been clamoring for daycare from the Somali neighborhoods, saying our daycares are getting shut down because they weren't daycares. And you see all of this really shady business dealings here from Ilhan Omar. The attention on Minnesota corruption, and specifically the role of Ilhan Omar, cannot be overshadowed. We had Brandon Gill on, as you remember, last weekend, and he says that he promises that the House Republicans will get to the bottom of this potential scandal before the midterms, because if the Republicans lose the House, Griff, these investigations will go away.
Oh, and they're going to change very much in the scope of who they will be targeting. But, just to add to your point, Rachel, Ilhan Omar isn't the first member of Congress to come to Washington and get filthy rich. And there is a perception that Americans old enough that remember the old Jimmy Stewart, Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
Yes,
this Boy Scout leader wants to save the country. Well, now you have these people that show up with very little personal wealth, and then they, in just a matter of a couple of years, are millionaires.
Yeah, but there's something
and Americans are not okay with that.
It's not okay. And you're right. There is lots of other corruption, and all of it should be uncovered. It's just that there's something really particularly distasteful about what we see happening in Minnesota. And if there is a connection between her and some of this other corruption we're seeing, and she's been covering it up for her district, and of course, it's worse because it's like an immigrant, this is an immigrant community. The lack of gratitude that you would come here, not just be exceptionally high rates of welfare, but now you're also just literally ripping us off and sending our money to Somalia. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, and let's not forget, I mean, obviously the biggest victims are taxpayers across the country.
Of course.
But also victimized by all this are the people that she's supposed to represent, who she's instead putting all of her effort into stealing from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.